Mage ungikhulisile nawe babe ungikhulisile bonga bogogo bonga bomkhulu bomalume nabo andi bophangela khulu konje ngicela bonga wonke lofaka esandla in the making of the man that I am.
Sanbonani nonke makhaya, welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 o'clock, it's Saturday, it's a beautiful, beautiful festive season. 2023, man, it's always for me a beautiful day if it's post-COVID and there's no lockdown and we can have the full Christmas that we've always had. My name is Mangaliso Maslela, everyone, and this is The Gift of Music, a program that comes to you in the festive season because that's the only time you get to see me now on TV. And this is where we sit down with your favorite artists and we talk to them about how they grew up, what Christmas means to them, and of course we talk about the gift that they give to us, a gift that was given to them. It's the gift of music. And today on the show we have the one and only Mr. Hip Hop himself, Thamsanqa Sibandze, all the way from Babane. It is the courtesy of hip hop. Let's start the show.
This one goes out to every single person that I've ever met in my journey of life, be it in school, be it in town, or at a show, especially those who contributed positively to the man that I am.
All right then, let's get the show on the road. We have Mr. Hip Hop himself in the building, like I said, Thamsanqa Sibandze.
Cheer.
Oh yeah, the one and only.
Yeah man.
Do you accept the Mr. Hip Hop himself tag?
Mr. Hip Hop, Mr. Paris, Mr.
Oh,
you know, Mr. I was out in Europe doing bigger things. Mr. The guy from TV, Mr. The guy from radio, Mr. You know.
The guy.
The guy.
The guy. How's it going, man? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, brother.
Let's start by asking, what does this time of the year mean for you?
This time of the year typically is pedal to the metal. It's just busy. It's just, to quote the great poet Rihanna, work. I mean, obviously in the later years of growing up, but obviously back in the day growing up, this was the time for magic. This was the time for fairy tale. This was the time for family coming in from different parts of the country, different parts of the region even. You know, family in South Africa, family in Bots, family in LST coming together. So I think there was just a transition where at one point in time, this time of the year meant family time, but now it just means
business.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a quiet you, so I can't imagine that there was ever a time where I wanted to lunch. You've always been loud and proud of Inzaba Kobonga.
Yeah.
Take us through that. What was that like growing up in Kobonga? As loud as you were, I imagine you were loud. I can't imagine there was a time where there was a shift. Unless you want to lie to the people now.
No, I'm not even going to lie to the people. I mean, you know, we're on TV, so family is watching. There was a time because so growing up, I wasn't allowed outside of the gate.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Standard.
Yeah. So I wasn't allowed outside of the gate. So interacting with the other kids was a bit of was a bit sticky because, you know, every once in a while I'd run away. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. So coming into my confidence and coming into my voice and coming into claiming my space was something that took a lot of work in the later years of my life. But otherwise, for a while, I was very quiet. Actually, my introduction to art or to being an artist wasn't in the vocal space. It was actually in the paper and pencil space. I used to draw.
Okay.
because I wasn't allowed to go play with other kids, I needed to find an escape. I needed to create a world that I could go to where I could be anything and be anyone. So I was actually drawing. And then later on, when I found my voice, then I became the Tommy that you now know.
The loud one. You're loud with the pen, now you use the pen.
Now, exactly.
Do you still draw?
No. Like I said, I think I just needed an
outlet,
escape. I just needed an outlet. So I used to read a lot of books, a lot of comic books to be more specific. And then I guess that's where probably the
like
passion,
Superman.
so, yeah, the passion for drawing and just this idea of the alter ego. That's where that came from. But as soon as I found my voice, and as soon as I found the microphone, and as soon as like nothing else made sense.
Paint the environment. You were telling me how this time of the year meant family coming in from different parts of the world, parts of the country. Who are the characters that you are in now? This is now a space for you to, show you to other people, inside the gate.
Yeah, inside the gate. I like that. So first of all, a lot of people's probably their typical story is Christmas time. Siyaga Gogo. I grew up with my grandmother, so there was no
Christmas time.
There was no going Gogo. Exactly. The rest of the family came to us, including my dad, who worked in South Africa. So, and then there's also my aunt and my cousins who also live in South Africa. So there was a big part of the family that would come back to base camp, which is Gakoko. And then, but growing up in a situation in Gakobonga, a very colorful, very vibrant, very, very busy, neighborhood. I just know that there was a whole lot of, the idea of the Christmas swag, where everyone played their cards close to their chest. The one time of the year where I'm actually allowed to pick the clothes when I go to the shop.
Yeah.
Every other time is just like, no, here's what we bought for you. Here are the hand-me-downs from, your uncle and from your cousins. But that time of the year, I actually get to go to the shop and pick what I'm going to wear, play my cards close to my chest, and then on the Christmas morning, I'm the first one to bath. You know what I mean? Because I want to show up. I want to show up and show off. So I think later on in life, it manifests itself in now what is the clothing label and all of that, because there was just something about having the exclusive threads, being the first one to rock it, and being the only one that shows up with that particular combination of clothes that you have. So it was this beautiful tapestry of being a part of the hood, because I think that was the only time where I was actually allowed to go and be with the other kids in the neighborhood. Now it was time for us to show off our attires, our Christmas attires. So it was just this beautiful tapestry of being out in the streets, the life outside of the gate, and the life inside of the gate, which came with the excitement of the gathering of the family.
I mean, at this point, after speaking so much about being in the gate, we've got to stress that this was for your protection and not that you were a prisoner. Because Tomola has got a prison. You know what I mean?
The Tomola prison was just down the road.
It's really starting to sound like you were in overalls.
Well, yes. It was inside the gates, Ekaya, not down the road. Yeah.
I'm curious, why do you think, as Emaswati, I don't know, I'd say black, but I don't know outside of the country, but Emaswati, why is it such a common thing that Christmas is about Christmas clothes? Why is that our tradition?
Yeah.
Like, looking at the fact that as kids we assumed that's what it is.
Yeah.
Now as adults, is it because of bonus and kuvalo 17? Why is that a thing?
I don't know, bro. Like I think it's just one of those things where certain practices and certain traditions are passed on from generation to generation. we are never given the playbook. We're never given the reasons. We're never given the story behind it. You just grow up knowing Mutsi Gwendiwa Ganje, and you like it. It makes sense to you, and then you just keep it going. And then you also just throw it forward. So I think it's one of those things where I don't think I've ever taken the time out to sit down and ask why. Why do we do this? Who started it? Who said? Kansaba Gwenda. We liked it. We picked it up. We ran with it, and we'll just throw it forward as well.
Does KrTC buy clothes for KrTC in Christmas on Christmas? Do you have a Christmas outfit?
No, not really. Last Christmas, their fiance bought me the Jordan ones.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So I think to an extent there is that elements of it that keep popping up.
okay.
You know, but in terms of like a full-on from head to toe, I don't think I'm there anymore. But it just shows up every, in different forms.
Nah, but that's the thing with you kids these days, losing the traditions. I mean, beetroot used to be saved only for Christmas. Now you have it
it's
every
like,
Tuesday, Wednesday,
you know what I
Thursday.
mean? Yeah, for no reason at all.
What was your favorite Christmas meal growing up?
My aunt's sweet and sour chicken. As I'm talking about it even now, I can just
You can taste it.
I can just I can taste it because it was the one thing that I like look forward to. And if she either didn't come down that Christmas or she didn't cook it that Christmas, then it wasn't Christmas. What are we doing? Why are we even here?
It's closest thing.
Mary's born child Jesus Christ was born today, and you're not going to make this chicken. What are you doing?
Christmas is cancelled.
Christmas is cancelled. Exactly. So yeah, I have you know how different eras in your life you either have a soundtrack for it, you have a person that you remember for it. For me, it was the taste of that sweet and sour chicken. She kept that recipe secret until today.
So you still get to enjoy it?
The family now comes down to Eswatini less and less frequently.
Okay.
So, but yeah, whenever that happens.
Auntie, you gotta make things right.
Now, I mean, do
Gotta
the
make
right
things
thing,
right.
auntie.
Now I would love to taste this here, sweet and sour, because I actually love sweet and sour chicken.
Oh yeah.
Now you've hyped it up so much.
True story, fam. True
I
story.
got to have it.
I'll see what I can do.
Growing up, I had a best friend who became like a brother.
Right.
Particularly during Christmas time.
Right.
So even with the clothes that we're talking about.
Yeah.
We used to get like matching outfits.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
parents
yeah.
knew how close we were.
Yeah.
What are some of the strong relationships that you had, whether it was with the family that was coming
Sure.
in, that really got, because now there's no school, we're closed on
yeah.
Christmas,
Yeah.
that really got cemented now
Yeah.
in your childhood during this time?
So the interesting thing is, so being the firstborn, my father's firstborn, and my grandmother's oldest grandchild, I didn't have cousins or siblings in my age group. So in terms of my tribe was the guys outside, and it was John, Bongi, Wandi, Vama, Sisa, Nangamiso Wakabozama, the guys that I mentioned, in the track. Those guys became my tribe, and John is still my best friend today. 30 years later. Bongi, I was just having a conversation. I don't see him as frequently, but I had a phone conversation with him just last week. One day I haven't seen in a while because he moved to South Africa. But I still sort of like kept that core group, that original core group that I grew up with in Stashini Gaksobonga, and we managed to move from being in the hood, playing street soccer, to playing basketball, and then just to doing life together in the different forms.
Let's get to the music, man. It's called The Gift of Music for a reason. What's the first track you got for us?
Yeah. The first track I got is a track called The Man That I Am. And I think in light of the conversation and the season and the show, The Gift of Music, this is a song that just basically paints the picture of what are the different elements that played a part in the making of the man that I am today.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
This one goes out to every single person that I've ever met in my journey of life, be it in school, be it in town, or at a show, especially those who contributed positively to the man that I am musically. Let's go. 25th of April, yep, you know the year. That was the beginning of me. 20-something years later, hey, hi, my name is KrTC. Oh, okay, asengilanze ekuqaleni, ngisesemncane ngisadlala emabaleni esidwashini kaCobonga ngedla nje kwakamnyakeni. Nangangitholi lapho ngidlala ibhola emgwaqweni, ha, na John, Bongi, Wandi, Vama, Sisa, nancamiso wakhabo zama. Bekosa nibesendlini lingashoni ilanga ngoba nakabuya konke emsebenzini yashisa iphama. Besihlale sicabana njalo ke ngaloko liswati lempentshisi, hayi belingena strong core. Ngangibona ngibambanyalo bangibita ngesikhokho, angisiye cheese boy ngingumfana wagogo. How yeah, manje ungikhulisile nawe babe ungikhulisile. Bonga bogogo, bonga bomkhulu, bomalume nabo andi bophangela khulu. Ngicela kubonga wonke lofake sandla in the making of the man that I am. The man that I am is part of a plan. Now with confidence I represent Swaziland. Navela tinginga kuvuke matringa, plus I rise from the ashes. Linda Malinga, hey, now I'm a hustler. Socks, I face life head on with the hard knocks. Hey. And since we're slave dropping, I'ma be a snitch for a minute and start name dropping. Bonga nishiba lindelwa mafa mbongeni mbingo Iva Coughlin. These guys believed in me way before the TV, way before Requirement, way before the CD. Mil G, for the love of hip hop, you helped bring out the best in me. Hey, now my life is a win-win. Catch me riding through the city with my boy Big Lynn. Like, how yeah, manje ungikhulisile nawe babe ungikhulisile. Bonga bogogo, bonga bomkhulu, bomalume nabo andi bophangela khulu. Ngicela kubonga wonke lofake sandla in the making of the man that I am. Some relatives are relative, you know what I mean. You only see them emishadwe nasemingcwabeni. Now let me tell you about my true family. CG, claiming ground is in the building. Nobody bring down what we building. We lay the foundation for tomorrow's children. It's a given, we stand up for what we believe in. And plus we stay so fresh. Steven, finished up in high school, but started out in primary. Undeniably, St. Mark's will always be a part of me. And if I flunked your subject, teacher, please pardon me. But I didn't turn out bad, I'm sure you're proud of me. Pastor P takes care of me spiritually. Honestly, I thank God you're such a gift to me. And to all my ex-girlfriends, thanks for the head start, dear friend. Oh yeah, manje ungikhulisile nawe babe ungikhulisile. Bonga bogogo, bonga bomkhulu, bomalume nabo andi bophangela khulu. Ngicela kubonga wonke lofake sandla in the making. Can I get a soul clap like how yeah, manje ungikhulisile nawe babe ungikhulisile. Bonga bogogo, bonga bomkhulu, bomalume nabo andi bophangela khulu. Ngicela kubonga wonke lofake sandla in the making of the man that I am.
man that I am, the man that is courtesy of hip hop.
Yes, sir.
Courtesy of hip hop. I've spoken to you before about how you got the name courtesy
Yeah.
of hip hop.
Yeah.
I've always found it funny how people struggle.
Bruh. Bruh. I don't even know anymore. Like, like it became so serious at one point in time that I actually considered, I was like, is it a case of a failed brand placement? Is it a case of a failed marketing strategy in terms of familiarizing people with the name, the way it's written, the pronunciation of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just constantly had to ask myself around that to say, is it that? But a conversation with one of my personal board of directors, T.S. King, he said, nah, your target market knows exactly who you are. Those who don't know who you are,
They ain't them.
they don't need to. They either don't want to or they don't need to. So don't stress yourself about too much about that. And then he said something magical. He said, you get 80% of your business from only 20% of your fan base.
Okay.
And most of the time what happens is we spend too much time trying to convince the 80% that is only responsible for 20% of your business. And I was like, I say no more.
Say less.
Say no more.
I actually have a picture of a mental picture, memory of a newspaper article with your picture back when it was still COURTESY.
Yeah.
Courtesy of hip hop. And I remember
one of the very few times even the newspaper got it right in terms of the spelling, because that was part of the reason why
you
I
changed
decided
it to
go
courtesy.
short form of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, because sometimes they write courtesy picture. So I was thinking, I just had that memory now back in Smonye, where I would see that and I'd go, why would they write courtesy of hip hop? Is hip hop
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you try to do the math in your head. Yeah.
And then I later, of course, learned that your name is courtesy.
Yeah.
How'd you pick the surname? That's a hip hop thing? I mean the letters. The KrTC.
Because that's what it sounds like. When you sound it out, it's KrTC. So when you shorten it, it's just KrTC, which is KrTC. You know what I mean? The R is silent. That's why it's small letter. But you're hitting KrTC. Yeah, exactly.
But how do people get it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it happens. It happens.
How long did it take you to just get over it? It's like, oh, okay, say, do your thing.
Yeah, it was progressive.
Yeah.
It was progressive. It was, yeah.
You got to understand.
Yeah.
I'm dwelling on this so much because I'm in the same pickle.
Ah, yeah.
You know, I am L4, I am L4,
Yeah.
and the wildest one, someone calls me L4E. I've never thought to fix it. I fixed him once, twice. Then I said, you know, I'd have it.
Let it slide. Yeah.
The wildest thing is that he went from L4E to now he just calls me Yowie.
Okay.
I'm like, how? So you messed up the name. He's like, Yowie. It's like,
until it becomes just, it morphs into something else totally different. Yeah.
So I appreciate the fact that you have people who go, because if hip hop, at least they think maybe they're English.
I'd rather they pronounce it in Siswati.
Ketes.
I'm happy with that.
I think Ketes is cool. Ketes
I'll
is
take
cool.
that. For those who just say Ketes, it's fine. You know, I mean, of course, then you get somebody like Poloja who then started just calling me KFC of hip hop, and then it stuck. And then now I'm just like, okay, let's go with that. Let me play on that. It's fine. KFC is a global brand. It's an internet. I can live with that. So, but these are just things that morph over time. Around that. Yeah.
As long as they're talking at the end.
As long as they're talking at the end of the day, and you also have to understand that as long as people are calling your name, whether they are fumbling, whether they are trying, but it's just the way that the hood shows you love. And
the hood and the people have been showing you love.
Yeah.
But also you've been showing hip hop love, man. You've been about it hip hop.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's
How?
it made sense to me from day one. Because like I said, when I needed an outlet in terms of a place to express my thoughts, my feelings, just my heart and my mind, first I turned to paper and pencil. But then over time, after the discovery of
Your voice.
of my voice and the discovery of the hip hop music, which was in the form of MC Hammer and a Vanilla Ice cassette tape, it just made sense. And in the space of writing and in the space of the articulation of my story and the story of the people around
You found
me,
a home.
I just found a home. And then hence courtesy of hip hop, in the sense that I became the man that I am courtesy of hip hop. And the hip hop that you hear, in terms of the stories that you hear coming from me, are hip hop courtesy of me. So hip hop and I have got this beautiful thing going on that is a give and take. We that's pretty much where that whole thing came from. And when I did the research to break it down, hip, HIP, which is another word which means to know or to have in mind, and then hop, HOP, just like a rabbit or a kangaroo, to move around. So hip hop is the movement of knowledge in its purest form. That's what that is. So now it took me to a place whereby I was like, okay, so how many different ways can I move knowledge? Hence the music, radio presenter, TV presenter, events MC, spoken word poetry, now an author. You know what I mean? Like in my head, I'm just like, how many different ways can I be hip hop?
What's your fondest memory of what hip hop has done for you?
Yeah.
Or what you've done with hip hop?
Bro, hip hop put me on a plane, flew me to the United States of America, and put me in the same room with Barack Obama.
Wow.
That's what hip hop did.
Wow.
So I don't know, like that, that's why I say everything I've been able to do has been courtesy of hip hop.
You went from yo my man to yo my man.
I see what you did there. Absolutely, absolutely. So there's been so many doors have been opened, so many barriers have been broken, so many firsts. I'm the first one in my family, bro, to jump on a plane and fly anywhere. Unbelievable. And nobody who comes from where I come from would ever have believed that something like that could ever happen. And when it happened, I was just like, yeah, it's hip hop.
Let's go to the second song. I've got still more to ask you. What's the next song?
The next song is called Nyegele.
Okay. Wow. That's wow.
Simple as that. And it speaks to how when I had a conversation with the parental unit and with just family and friends about pursuing hip hop, there was a lot of holding back. There was a lot of denial. There was a lot of and my whole thing is just like, yo, can I do this?
Yeah. Can I live?
Can I live? So Nyegeleni, Ngshayengondo, Nyegeleni, Nshayengoma, and and part of the reason why my mantra in life is unleashed is because I literally had to break myself off the leash of family and friends holding me back for me to get to where I am right now. So the next song is called Nyegeleni, and it just also illustrates the story of my breakthrough and the barriers that I've been able to break through music.
Thank goodness, Bagigela. Let's check it out.
Nyegeleni, mine nyegeleni bo. Nyegeleni, mine nyegeleni bo. Nshayingodlo, mine nshayingodlo, mine nshayingoma. Nshayingodlo, mine nshayingodlo, mine nshayingoma. Mine nembobo siyinhlandi nemandi ngeke sosihlukanise sihlanganiswe ngumveli ngcandi luthando solo livutha ngathi siqale kuthandi awuthi sengibamba umoya bese ngidongidlalela kabandi lendzaba lena mina ngayibona ngisakhula man kutsi mina ngibhukusha ngiphambana nemfula man bangani badmisele ngokuba mabansula mani bangitsansula mani ngoba mina ngumrapper son mangifike endzaweni bekukhala bo yo man ngisho nasekhaya uve when you gonna grow man let go man get a suit and tie and make some dough man ngashaya ingoma bathi you got a flow man nokuviwa inhliziyo yami ngeke ngikuyekele the best you can do is kuthi ungisekele ngifuna kwathi umhlaba jikelele kuthi vele ke mina ngale hip hop ngiphelele ngekeleni mina ngekeleni bo ngekeleni mina ngekeleni bo shine gold mina shine gold mina shine gold shine gold mina shine gold mina shine gold yabona manje hey what started out as a hobby is now an opportunity for me to have my own jobby. Cause as they say, when preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. Cause when I think about how many times I've had the chance to leave my dream pass me by, I get whole emotional, I wanna cry when I see that I should have done this a lot sooner. But it has taught me patience and perseverance, gave me the opportunity to do a mind clearance, the gratification and the joy it brings. My soul is fulfilled, I just wanna sing. Iyakholwa ngitokufika ngobakude lokungangivimba and my plan is simple and plain. Hey, kuthi ngifike ekugcineni wena suke endleleni ngekeleni mina ngekeleni bo ngekeleni mina ngekeleni bo shine gold mina shine gold mina shine gold.
Welcome back, everybody. This is The Gift of Music with me, Mangaliso Master aka LFO, and of course the one and only KrTC of hip hop. Earlier, KrTC spoke of how his fondest memory of food during this time was his aunt's sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah.
I wanna challenge you. Violet Mike has got some chicken here. It's not sweet and sour. It's not auntie's. There's some wings here. So we're gonna have a conversation. And hopefully they can touch the buttons that Auntie Sweet and Sour Chicken touched.
Cause you know what they say. They say your mother is the best cook in the village until you taste the neighbor's food. Mm-hmm. So we're about to taste the neighbor's food and find out if my mom is really the best cook in the village. I really
hope I don't start a family feud now. It's like, now you go back home now after so many years of not seeing auntie, and you're like, Auntie, that's why. So I was young. I want to talk about.
Shout out to Velvet Monkey though. This is really
where
dope.
It's at.
I love it. The texture of it. It's peri wings. I love spicy food. So this is hitting the all the right notes.
Just in case I've got some honey here, just in case you want the sweetness.
Yeah.
We were talking about how, hip hop has allowed you to soar, literally, figuratively.
Yeah.
I like the fact, and I also spoke about the passion that you've had for hip hop.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I've seen so much growth in you, personally, professionally. I've seen you diversify and do all sorts of things. And also consistently come back to the hip hop. That's why I actually went as far as saying why and how, because you've seen other people I mean, I could name drop.
They leave and never come back.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Obviously, some for good reasons, like maybe a change
Yeah.
or everything. But the consistency I like is the growth in becoming the same brand but better, you know, in all these things that you counted.
Yeah.
The public speaking.
Sure.
And
Sure.
now you're speaking of author. Is this
Yeah.
intentional, or is it something you consistently have to remind yourself to align yourself
Yeah.
to that?
It's definitely intentional, brother. And that's why, to a large extent, role modeling is very important. Everyone that I personally grew up listening to, studying, and following in the hip hop game is doing exactly what I'm doing in one form or another. KRS-One, Clive Campbell, DJ Kool Herc, Rakim, Nas, all of these guys, at one level or another, they are either perpetual or guest lecturers in various colleges and universities all around the United States of America. Let's bring it closer to home. Proverb. I've had the privilege and opportunity to sit down with Proverb a couple of times. And I literally have modeled my business around his business model. He's on radio, he's on TV, he's an author, he's the presenter of Idols, he's an events MC, but he's also still a hip-hop artist. But that's what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, in its purest form, before Hollywood and before trends and popularity, that's why on one of the songs I say, you know, I did this before, way before it was cool to do it. You see, I did it not just to do it, I did it to pursue it. And I'm talking to exactly that, where at the core of it, it was always about, one, how can I acquire knowledge? And then two, how many different ways can I pass this knowledge around? Because there's people who will only listen to me when I'm rapping, but there's also people who only listen to me when I'm sitting down and having what I call mental sparring or conversations of the mind, like we often do. And then there's people who will only connect with me when I'm doing spoken word poetry. And there's people who will only connect with me when I'm on radio and I'm on TV. So it was always just about how many different ways, how can I spread how many different places can I put the KrTC brand, and not just only the KrTC brand, but the knowledge contained within, you know, that vehicle.
Where's your heart really at now? Obviously, hip-hop is with everything you do.
Yeah.
But when you look towards, I mean, now it's the end of 2023.
Sure.
We're looking towards 2024. And knowing you're probably looking at 25, 26, 28 as well.
Yeah.
What's the one place that you want to really put your... Because I think in the last couple of years, it's been public speaking and the motivation, radio.
Yeah, radio and TV,
Yeah. Where's your headspace at now in terms of where you want to take the KrTC of hip-hop brand?
So I think, and I've always said this, I'm only going to go back to the music when I feel I am in a position where I can sustain the music financially, me personally. And for 2024, that's exactly where I'm going. So I'm going back into the music space because it complements everything else. And I've lived such a colorful and eventful life that I feel it's time to tell that story in music form, you know. So where's my heart and my head at right now? As long as I'm behind a microphone. As long as I'm behind a microphone, and as long as I have a voice, I have a responsibility, whether it's in the form of me being a brand ambassador, whether it's in the form of me just being an ambassador for goodwill and an advocate for peace, love, and unity. That's where my heart is at. But for the first time in a long time, I now feel the drive and the energy to get back into the music. Yeah.
Would it be a stretch if I said I don't see you ever retiring from music.
Interesting enough, I was having a conversation with Slaughter the other day, well, actually earlier today, and here's my take. You could retire from football because there is a physical limitation that comes with a player being 50, 60, 70 years old. You cannot run as fast as you could. You cannot jump as high. You're just not as effective within the field or within the game of football.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being a musician, it's not what I do, it's who I am. I will always have the ability to write a song. As long as I have a voice, I will always have the ability to jump behind a microphone and catch a beat. You know what I mean? So I cannot retire from who I am. I can play different roles within the industry where now I'm just putting others on. I don't know if you listen to Busta Rhymes' latest album. He has a lot of features, and almost 90% of his features are new up-and-coming artists. So they're not his industry peers. And that's also a role that one can play when you're sort of like an OG in that particular field, where you're now opening the doors for the YGs, for the younger generation. So I think that's where I am with that, where I can never retire from who I am.
This connects perfectly with what I want us to close with.
Yeah.
My first interaction with you was at the theater club.
At the Coronation Park, where you were wearing those three-quarter shorts.
First of all, I can still sue you for that picture.
Can we please put up
No,
the picture? If
we
you
will
have
not
the
put the picture
I'll
up.
send it to you if you like.
My first interaction with you was I was coming up. I was going to be a co-MC for
Sure.
the Head Count. First and foremost, the Head Count was a platform for
Hey, man.
youngsters to
Yeah.
show off their hip hop and bars, practice, and everything.
Dance.
And dance,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And you were we met because you were giving me a chance
Yeah.
to try out. I was a nobody, never been on TV, never. You didn't even know me. You're giving me a
didn't know you,
chance to be an MC next to you, not even MC a stage that type, but literally
Yeah.
be with you there.
Yeah.
And that for me is the essence of the gift of hip hop that you were trying to pass
Yeah.
on. So my last question is, what do you want the gift of hip hop to do for other people, for the youngster in Eswatini?
Oh man, so this is the interesting thing. Again, when you're a scholar of the hip hop culture, the principles or the principle of hip hop is peace, love, and unity, and having fun. And then all of that is rooted on the element of knowledge. So as long as we're a generation or a movement of people who are peaceful with one another, who love one another despite our differences in opinion and our differences in fashion and this, that, and the other, and we are united unity, not uniformity. If you understand what I'm saying. Unity, not uniformity. Let us appreciate the diversity that we bring and not push for everyone to be the same thing. Somebody said the other day, there was another public event that was going on in terms of another, case of GBV or this, that, and the other, and they said, why haven't you voiced your opinion? And I said, because I know you're not asking me for my opinion. You're asking me to speak your opinion, but in my voice. And until we get to a place where we appreciate the diversity and the unity, not uniformity, then that's why we just keep getting stuck. But all of that has to be rooted in knowledge, bro. I have to, before I can say I am speaking to you or for you with your interest at heart, I have to know what your interests are. And that is where we need to start. We need to start with having this conversation to say, okay, what are your thoughts? Where are you coming from? What are your interests? What are your passions? And what are your driving forces and factors? so that when I approach Elfo, I approach Elfo from his perspective and not from mine.
Tammy, thank you so much for your time, bro. What's
Yep.
the last song you're doing for us?
The last song I'm doing for y'all is Everything Is All Good.
Everything is
Everything is all good, and I'm just hoping
good.
that that's going to be the theme for this festive season. I'm looking forward to that being the theme for 2024, man. Just everything, all things good, all things bright and beautiful. It's a song that is still in the chamber. Every once in a while, I'll just go into studio with a Ziawa, for instance, who produced Everything Is All Good, and we just mess around, and we messed around and landed on something good. So everything is all good.
And it'll be the perfect way to end the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the gift of music. My name is Alfo. Peace. I'll see you guys. God bless you all.
Chill, ay. Everything is all good. It's the remix. Hey yo, KG, what's up? What's happening? We out here. Hey. Google Power Records, baby. Drop. Everybody know that I come a long way. For the love of hip hop on the radio. Gongeku hamba gahle buta shongwe. I can't stop, y'all already know. Tinela postcard. Bona pala fala game. We shoot from the hip bang. Outlaw on the mic though, gunning ban low. Oh, Django one chain, the way I lean on a beat. Nice guy, but I mean on the streets, and I mean what I tweet. Big boy, I gotta eat, so I stay on my feet. That's why everything is all good. Look at the thing and everything is all good. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Drinks on me now, hook up the meat. She said, everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Nigga, life is what you make of it. Look at me. Look, ma, the boy on TV. The boy on the paper, on the CD. The boy stay fly. KM3. I'm international. Most deaf, I'm a traveling man. Sabanga, tema Benny, but I keep it national. Little vicious for Benny, that's why he chicken condemn. Hey, everything is alright. The boy shine bright with the might of sunlight. Ay, everything is alright. The flow stay kite, but I write tight. I'm great, I know, man. I switch points for show, man. MVPs ball with me, and I waits for no man. I push weights for show, man. Why you think KG with me? We're pushing the game by the kilogram. So pushing passions to the kilogram. Press, push, ponder, repeat. To be a pro kid, you gotta run the streets. Let's go. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Everything is all good, nigga.